I buried my best friend Desmond last year, carried his coffin with 5 other men up a hill in Kingston, and the whole way up I kept thinking, that box is too light. A man that full of life shouldn't weigh so little at the end. And standing at that grave, looking down, I had a thought that hasn't left me since. A thought I need to share with you, because I'm 79 years old. My wife is gone. My best friend is gone. My brother Errol gone. My brother Delroy gone since he was 31. And when you've watched that many people leave this world, you start to see something that people your age can't see yet. You think you have time, and that might be the most dangerous thing you believe. Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you because I love you. The way an old man loves a stranger, with nothing to gain and nothing to lose. Just truth. Let me tell you about a man named Carlton. Carlton was a contractor I worked with back in the 70s. Big man, strong. I could carry 2 bags of cement on his shoulders like they were pillows. He was building a house for his family up in the hills above Montego Bay. Beautiful piece of land. You could see the sea from every room. But Carlton wouldn't move in. The house wasn't finished enough. He needed the veranda done first, then the kitchen tiles, then the garden wall, then the 2nd bedroom for the baby that was coming. Always one more thing. His wife Pauline begged him. She said, "Carlton, let's just move in. We can finish the rest while we live there. I want to wake up and see that ocean." He said, "Soon, let me just finish this one thing." Carlton worked on that house for 3 years. And one morning in 1978, a scaffold gave way on a job site in Kingston and Carlton fell, broke his back. He was 38 years old. He never walked into that house, not on his own 2 feet. They carried him in on a stretcher 6 months later. And Pauline told me years later that the first thing he said when they brought him through the door was, "I should have listened to you. I should have been here the whole time." She said he cried. Big Carlton, the man who could carry 2 bags of cement on his shoulders, crying like a child in a house he built, but never lived in. He spent the rest of his life in a wheelchair on that veranda. He was so desperate to finish. Looking at that ocean he could have been looking at 3 years earlier. Now that house was finished, you understand? It was finished the moment it had walls and a roof, and the woman he loved standing inside. But Carlton couldn't see that. He was so busy perfecting the thing that he forgot to live in it. And I think about Carlton every single day because I did the same thing. Different house, same mistake. I spent my whole life building. And the life I was building for, it was happening right in front of me. And I kept saying, not yet, not yet. I'll rest when this job is done. I'll take Marcia dancing when things slow down. I'll teach Junior to swim next summer. Not yet. You know what not yet really means? It means never, because things don't slow down. Next summer becomes the summer after that. And one morning, you wake up and your wife is gone and your children are grown, and the things you are going to do later are just a list of regrets sitting in your chest like stones. I want to tell you something about what happens when you get to my age. You stop caring about the things you thought mattered. The truck I was so proud of, sold it. The extra room I added to the house, my daughter uses it for storage now. The tools I collected for 40 years. Most of them are rusting in a shed. You know what I kept? I kept the photographs. I kept Marcia's coffee cup, the blue one with the chip on the handle that she refused to throw away. I kept my mother's Bible with her handwriting in the margins. I kept a letter Desmond wrote me once when I was going through a hard time. Just a few lines on a scrap of paper, but those words carried me through the darkest year of my life. That's it. That's what a whole life comes down to. A cup, a book, a letter, and some pictures. Everything else is just furniture. And I see young people now working themselves half to death to buy things that their children will throw away. Working weekends to make payments on a car that sits in traffic. Missing their babies growing up so they can afford a bigger house that they're never home to enjoy. And I want to shake them. I want to say, I've already played this game. I know how it ends. It ends with a small shelf of things that mattered and the question, did I live or did I just work? Let me tell you what I wish I'd understood at 30. I wish I'd understood that there's no award ceremony at the end. And nobody gives you a trophy for how hard you worked or how much you sacrificed. I was the best carpenter in my parish for 20 years. You know what that got me? A bad back and a wife who ate dinner alone. The people who hired me don't remember my name. The churches I built have new congregations who never heard of me. The houses I framed, other families live in them now. My work is still standing, but nobody knows it's mine. And that's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. But you know who remembers me? My granddaughter Jade. She remembers that I taught her to plant tomatoes. My grandson Marcus remembers that I took him fishing on his birthday. Marcia remembered. She told me before she died. She remembered a Tuesday evening in 1985 when I came home early for no reason, and we danced in the kitchen to a song on the radio. A Tuesday, that's what she held on to. Not the house, not the truck, not the extra room. A Tuesday evening and a slow dance. That is the only currency that holds its value. Everything else depreciates the moment you buy it. Love appreciates. Time given freely appreciates. Presence appreciates. Everything else is just noise. So here's what I want to say to you, and I need you to hear me. If there's someone you love, tell them today. Not tomorrow. Not when things settle down. Today. Because I have stood at enough graves to know that the worst thing in the world is not death. The worst thing is standing over a coffin with something left unsaid. If there's something you've been waiting to do it now. You don't need the veranda finished. You don't need the kitchen tiles. You just need to walk through the door. The house is already enough. Your life is already enough. You are already enough. Stop perfecting and start living. And if you're carrying something heavy, anger, resentment, an old grudge with someone you used to love, put it down. I carried a grudge against my brother Errol for 7 years. 7 years of silence over something I can't even remember properly anymore. And when I finally picked up the phone, we had 3 good years together before he passed. 3 years. Do you know what I would give for the 7 I wasted? Everything. I would trade every house I ever built for those 7 years back. I'm 79 years old. My knees hurt in the morning. My eyes aren't what they were, but I can feel this sand under my feet. I can hear this ocean. Same ocean my father used to fish every morning before the sun came up. I used to think he had nothing. Turns out, he had everything. He had the sea and the sunrise, and a boy waiting for him on the step every evening. He just never made the mistake of wanting more. Smart man, my father. Took me 79 years to catch up to a fisherman with a bad back and no money. The water is warm today, and the sky is doing that thing it does right before sunset, where everything turns gold and the sea goes quiet like it's holding its breath. I could sit here all evening. I think I will. Nowhere to be. Nobody waiting on me to build anything. Just the sand and the water and this old man finally sitting still. But before I go, I want you to do something for me. Not for me, really. For yourself. Put down your phone after this. Look at the person next to you. Really look at them. And tell them something true, something kind, something you've been keeping inside because you thought there'd be a better time. There is no better time. This is the time. Walk good, my friend.